Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, Jinwoo's mother sits in the living room, her brows furrowed as she watches the television intently. The screen is flooded with breaking news reports of strange, dangerous events cropping up across the globe. Her voice trembles slightly as she voices her worries aloud, wondering if Jinwoo is doing all right in the midst of all the chaos. Biru, tasked with watching over Jinwoo's mother and Jenna, observes her with quiet reverence. From the shadows, he silently assures her, if there was anything their king couldn't overcome, then nothing in this world could. The screen shifts, cutting to live footage from a conference in the US. The camera briefly captures Jinwoo as he steps onto the scene. Jinwoo's mother points toward the screen, calling Jenna's attention to it with a hint of pride in her voice. Biru's gaze also lingers on the screen, reverent and proud. But then, without warning, his entire body tenses. A cold shiver runs through him as a surge of dark, violent energy washes over his senses. He's felt this once before, the unmistakable sensation of Jinwoo's wrath. The king is angry, and it pierces through dimensions like a blade. Back in America, Thomas Andre, racing toward one of the suspected locations, suddenly freezes in his seat. A feeling deep and overwhelming grips his instincts. Without warning, he shouts for the car to stop, startling the driver. When hesitation meets his command, Thomas roars again, this time with more force, and the sheer pressure in his voice leaves no room for delay. The car is still moving when Thomas slams the door open with brute force. Without a second thought, he leaps out, the concrete beneath him shattering as he lands. He shouts back to the hunters still seated behind him, ordering them to catch up as fast as they can. Then, in a blur of motion and destruction, Thomas takes off, cutting through the cityscape like a missile, driven by instinct and urgency.